Every contact leaves a trace. Dr. Edmund Locard. And I will give you guys an example of this. I'm touching this key card. I'm touching this pen. Touching this notebook. And I'm touching this laptop. Everything that I have just touched now has my fingerprints on it. Therefore, if need be, in any criminal activity or anything, it can all be traced back to me. So, for my informative speech, I will be speaking about DNA analysis. And for those who don't really know much about me, my major is forensic science, and that is why I have chose this topic. Ever since I was young, DNA has just been something that has always been interesting to me. What's the color of your blood? How can I get DNA from my hair? How can a simple cotton swab of the mouth tell if I'm related to somebody? For those who don't really know what DNA analysis is, DNA analysis is basically the study of your body fluids. So things like urine, semen, sweat, blood, skin, hair, or basically anything that your body can excrete that came from your body. This is something that forensic scientists use a lot, especially in cases like a kidnapping or a homicide. In a kidnapping, you can use DNA investigation. Say, for example, if there was an altercation, a little scuffle, there may be signs of blood, maybe signs of hair somewhere on the ground that, that experts can that experts can use. A little bit background of DNA analysis. So originally, scientists never really started paying attention to DNA in the forms of research aspect until 1953. However, DNA analysis really began in 1986 to solve a first homicide case. So, when you think of DNA, you think of, what's in your body, and you think it just stays the same. And that's not true. Throughout your whole life, since the time you are born, your DNA is constantly changing and altering. Actually, a while back in my forensic science class, I learned something new. I learned that through everyday, daily routines, you personally can alter the way your DNA is. And what I mean by this is that I found out that smoking cigarettes or even vaping can alter your DNA. So I want to speak about a case. A while back there was a homicide case, and in this homicide case, a female was killed, and the person who killed her used a knife. After after the crime scene tech collected the DNA, collected the utensil used to commit the homicide. The prints were checked on the knife. However, when the detectives went to go talk to their suspects, they looked for the exact same fingerprints. They couldn't find a match. So what the suspect did was he burnt off his fingerprints. What he didn't know is that just because you burn your fingerprints, that don't mean they're not coming back. If you burn your fingerprints, they do come back. However, it'll take about a couple weeks for it to come back. They may not grow in the same shape. They will grow in the same shape. Exactly the way how it was before. And that's how they were able to catch this criminal. In conclusion, I just want to inform people that DNA is something that is really important, especially in forensic science, because it makes a case a lot more easier. DNA is something that is always changing. DNA is something that, people really like and study about.